What we're going to talk about is what I predict the Reno Sparks market is going to be in 2023. We'd have to go and wait for the whole year to go by to see if my predictions are correct, but let's give it a shot, all right? We're going to talk about 5 topics. We're going to talk about the inventory, and then we'll talk about interest rates. We'll talk about home prices, foreclosures, and then should you buy or sell in 2023? Let's get in on it. Let's talk about inventory first. Active inventory, if you see this little black line in the middle of the screen, this was what we monitored about the number of homes that were in the Reno Sparks at a given time. And the average we calculated was just a little over 1,400 homes on the market. Today, there is less than 800. Today is the second week of January 2023, and right now we have less than 700 homes on the market. You can see where that big crevasse was. That was, of course, COVID, and who knew what was going on then. But we slowly but surely got really excited in 2022 with home prices going up and the interest rates still being low, that the inventory skyrocketed. Everyone wanted to get in on getting top dollar for their home. My prediction, I think that the inventory is still going to remain low, probably for the first half of the year. After that, I'm thinking, especially if Uncle Sam may do less amount of rate increases, I'm thinking there's a good possibility that we're going to see quite a few homes come on the market, especially after the second half of the year. Let's talk about interest rates. I just touched on that. Who knows what Uncle Sam's going to be doing, right? But at the beginning of 2022, our interest rates average were 3.22%. Those were the days, right? But remember when I spoke about inventory, the highest amount of, or the median sales price in 2022, the highest amount was in May at $615,000. But guess what? If you look at May on this graph, interest rates were 5.1. So I'm really not thinking that the correlation of interest rates and home prices have a lot to do, because January we started at 3.22. March we were at 3.75, and then in March is when Uncle Sam started doing his easing as far as rates and trying to get the recession under control. In all actuality, it didn't happen where it got crazy was in September and October. Interest rates then were in the sixes, high sixes. We even had a week of 7. So we're going to watch Uncle Sam. My prediction on the mortgage interest rates is that this first quarter, they're going to stay around the 6s. If you have really good credit, you may get below 6. Second quarter, maybe upper 5s. If your credit's not so good, you're still going to be in the 6. But then the third quarter, my thought is that we'll be below 6 and we'll be going into maybe as good as the 5.5s. So that's my prediction for this year as far as mortgage interest rates. The next thing that we're going to talk about are home prices. I already talked about the highest point that we had on that graph was in May, and then what we closed at the year end was 595. There was an beg your pardon. 615 was the highest, and we closed the median sales price at 520. I'll get my numbers right. Median sales price for the month of December was $520, a difference of $95,000. So yeah, hindsight's a wonderful gift, and we still have to move forward, right? So my prediction is that we are going to probably stay right about where we're at. Surprises me that Realtor.com thinks that our appreciation or home price forecast is going to be about a little over 5%, but then we have Zelman who's thinking it's going to be down another 5%. I'm going to take the middle of the road, and I think that our home prices are probably going to be leveling off. We may see a drop in the next 6 months, but I think when the spring buying season comes, we're going to start seeing more and more people come out, and we'll get more homes on the market. Let's talk about foreclosures. I have conversations with a couple, normally about 100 people a week, and a couple of them ask, well, Caroline, what about our foreclosures? Are we going to be in 2007, 8, 9? Look at 2 million foreclosures in 2009. But if you look at the graph closely, you'll see that in last year, in the first 3 quarters of 2022, we had 88,000 versus 2 million in 2009. I truly believe that even with the prices as they are, I believe our lenders and our appraisers have done a fabulous job, got us out of that craziness. So the person that signs their name to their loan docs are able to make their house payment. So my prediction is I truly don't think that we're going to have as many foreclosures, not 2 million. We may have some. We know, we've heard in the past 2 weeks, there have been job cuts. And, but the total number of jobs that we have is higher than we were 15 years ago. There's no subprime that I'm aware of. And I even heard on the radio that those that carry finance has to follow the rules by the Dodd-Frank, in that even when you're owner carry, you have to go by their guidelines. New construction, we were building houses back 15 years ago as fast as we could. Now we're at a little over 4.5 million homes. This is across the United States. Inventory on the market, we have 1 to 1.2 million homes versus 3 to 4 million homes. Delinquencies, yes, delinquencies have gone up just a bit, but not nearly as bad as they were in 15 years ago. And our home foreclosures, a lot less as well. I do not think there's going to be very many foreclosures this coming year. The next question I need to ask my crystal ball is, should you buy or should you sell? Let's go through sale first. If there's a reason, say for instance, that someone you know, even you, are getting married. You're having that second or third baby, and this house is just way too small. That's a great reason to sell, and I'm going to be right there to help you with that. Now, should you buy? In all actuality, now is the time to start looking. The reason being is not very many people are out there. They're still sitting there going, well, it snowed for 2 weeks, and the interest rates are, 6%. Maybe I can get a little bit lower. And those prices, yeah, they went down about 5%. And what other reasons? But you know what? If you're purchasing, or if you're selling even, and your home is priced right, there's a good opportunity that you could have 1 or 2 offers as long as it's priced correctly. So buyers, my recommendation, you don't want to have to go through what you went through last spring, summer, and fall in 2022 when there were 10 to 15 offers on one house. Get out there, take a look, and find your dream home. The dream home that you find today may not be available in 6 months when interest rates may go down 0.25%. If they go down more than that, you can talk to your lender and you can get some help with some refinancing. So I still think 2023 is a good year to invest in real estate, to buy, to move up, to buy your first home. Let's get together. My telephone number's right here. Let's get together and let's talk about it. That's what I'm here for, to help you get into the home of your dreams. Have a great year. See you in a few weeks with January's numbers.